What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for returning. So today I want to give a few reasons why, as a personal trainer, you should not sleep with any of your clients. Okay, this is something that I do not recommend as a professional, and also to maintain, safety, security, and peace of mind in your personal life. So number one, like I said, it's just an unprofessional thing to do. When someone signs up to your program, whether it be you personally or if you're working through a gym or whatever you're doing, they sign up for personal training. And admittedly, a lot of times, and I'm speaking from the perspective of a male, sometimes you will come across women that are vulnerable in one sense or another. I'm not going to get too deep into that aspect, but they may be vulnerable in one aspect or another, and they are very susceptible to being, I don't want to say taken advantage of, but to advances or just, being willing to engage with someone, for, in that kind of activity and, sleeping with them. I'll just go ahead and say it. But, we as professionals, me personally, I'll speak for myself. You have to look at what you do as a profession, and you have to hold yourself to a professional standard. Now, I know, and sometimes you get really attractive women that you coach. Now, and that being said, the temptation, your desire just may be there, or you may just entertain the thought of it, but professionally, you want to leave it right there, just at the thought, and then you want to really try your best to brush those thoughts out of your head, because you don't want to one day find yourself being led astray by your thoughts and taking action on that. It's just not a professional thing to do. And also, you just never want to mix business with pleasure. It rarely ends well. And I know that there will be some people that can tell you about scenarios where, it went fine, or, they slept with the woman and eventually it just ended. They went their separate ways. But there are also countless horror stories, excuse me, of instances where it ended really badly. And let's say, for example, the person was with someone, maybe married, or even just had a boyfriend, or the relationship that they established with the client just ended badly. They started maybe hanging out outside of the gym, and when you involve personal lives inside of your private business, inside of the business life, a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times, it just does not end well. And it's just not something that you want to do, especially to maintain like a good standard of business practice, to have people respect your business, to respect the reason that they're coming to you, and to give you a good review or recommend you to other people. All of those things can come from maintaining good boundaries with clients. No matter, believe me, I've been personal training for over 10 years, and I've had scenarios where things like that could have easily happened. I know it was like right there in my lap, but looking at it, from the long haul, looking at it, having vision of how this could affect my future as a coach when it comes to getting more clients, when it comes to my reputation, it's something that I've always stayed away from. And I always recommend that to anyone. And, people are going to do what they do. You hear about it all the time. You hear about personal trainers, sleeping with their clients, interfering with the relationship that their clients have, or even if they don't successfully sleep with them, they may attempt to, and that's very embarrassing. That makes you look so thirsty. And it's also embarrassing when you attempt to and you fail. That's more of a strike at your own ego, but not just that, it's also a strike at your business because now this person looks at you like that. And once again, when potentially it ends badly, the client is probably going to have some bad things to say about you. Maybe they might leave you a bad review on Google or on whatever other platform. Maybe if you're working for a gym, maybe they'll tell the manager of that gym, or they'll just spread the word that you're that type of person that sleeps with clients, and that will definitely interfere with your ability to get more clients because other people that are going specifically for training, they're not going to want to train with someone who they think is going to be trying to hit on them. And if the person has a significant other, that significant other is definitely not going to send their girlfriend or their wife to someone that could potentially sleep with their girlfriend or wife, or even has the reputation of attempting to do that or actually doing that. It's just not cool. And like I also said, it can affect your ability to get new clients. It really can, because if that word gets out that you are the type to sleep with clients, potentially, no one is going to want to train with you. No one is going to want to refer you. No one is going to want to trust you to be in close proximity with you. And let's just be real. We as personal trainers, we are alone with clients a lot. The movements, realistically can sometimes be sexual, depending on the exercise. A lot of women wear very revealing clothing, and that is an atmosphere where the sexual tension will rise just almost automatically. You almost have to really work hard to not let it happen. And when it does, if you start to feel something like that, you just have to not act on it. But basically, it definitely will affect your ability to get more clients if it gets out that you're the type of person that sleeps with their clients. If the person is in a relationship, married, boyfriend, they have a boyfriend or whatever, all right, first of all, you are going to ruin that relationship. And I know some people might be like, well, that's not my fault, their relationship was already in shambles or whatever. Listen, but it should not be on you to ruin it even further, or you should not take it upon yourself to just decide that, okay, well, she's already willing to do this, or she's looking for someone to cheat on her person with. So, I might as well do it, because if it's not me, somebody else is going to do it. No, okay? You have a professional boundary and standard that you have to uphold. You should not look at it like that. All right? Also, that can be very dangerous for you, because you never know what kind of person she's with, husband or boyfriend. This person could be one of those guys that is a gun collector's got 90 guns in the house, a big bunker full of ammunition, and is just waiting for a reason to use it on someone. Not only that, let's be real, as men, when you really invest your time and attention into someone, into a woman, and you fall in love with that woman, and you find out that she cheats on you. Listen, I grew up under the understanding of don't hate the player, hate the game. And that was all good when I wasn't really in love with the woman. But when I got cheated on and I was really in love, listen, I wanted to put hands on this person. I didn't, because I couldn't, but I wanted to. And you never want someone, think about it like this. Okay, the person, the husband or boyfriend knows where you work. All right, they know where you're going to be 5 days a week, 6 days a week, however many days you're there. This guy may find out that you're sleeping with his girl or his wife, and you may not know that he found out. Now he has the advantage over you to get the drop on you, to do some harm to you, because he already knows where you're going to be, and he has that ill will towards you, and you have no idea. So you're just going to work all normal, like everything is fine, and this person is now laying on you. And the woman may or may not even tell you, depending on the scenario. She may not even be in a position to tell you, because the guy may put her in some sort of scenario where she would be at risk herself if she reveals what he wants to do to you. Things like that have happened. I know that may sound like somewhat extreme, but these things happen. And guys, men, we are very territorial when we have a woman that we are claiming as ours, that we are possessing, and that we fall in love with, that we have love for, that we have invested a lot of time and energy and attention into. So the thing is, listen, you've seen time and time again how all sorts of stories come out where a woman is the reason why a man kills another man, because he caught her cheating and he lets the woman live, okay? He kills the man, though. He goes and lives the rest of his life in prison for killing a man that was sleeping with his woman, but he lets the woman live. Not going to get into that aspect of it, but just let that sink in. You could be on the receiving end of some bullets, okay, or a knife, or getting hit by a car, or whatever. Worst, at the very least, the dude will call and tell your boss and just spray you real bad, just try to really ruin your reputation, ruin your profession, really hit your pockets, okay? Because none of us want to lose money. That kind of thing can really happen. But on the far end, you could get killed. You could get killed if this woman is with someone and that guy finds out that you banged his wife or banged his girl. And especially if the guy is paying, okay? If he's paying you to train his girl and he finds out that you're doing that, how mad do you think he's gonna be? And you don't want to make someone that mad at you. It's just not worth it. It is not worth it. There's too many other women out there for you to deal with. You're already in a gym full of beautiful women, I'm sure, okay? You don't need to deal with the woman that came to you for your professional help and guidance. And let me just say that sleeping with women that are that are involved in a relationship, that is not a flex. Okay, I know as young men, if you are a young trainer in your early 20s, okay, that may seem like something that is desirable, that's cool, that you can get bragging rights about, but it is really not. Okay, it's very thirsty and it is very disrespectful, not just in the professional setting, but just if you go out and about and you meet someone and she tells you she's married, you need to leave that woman alone. If she tells you that she's in a relationship, you need to leave that woman alone for some of the same reasons that I just mentioned. Okay, that could be very dangerous for you. You are looking for some sexual gratification and you may get that, but what may come on the back end of that could be very dangerous, hazardous for you. And not just for you, maybe even for your family. Think about how your family will feel if something happens to you all because you wanted to sleep with a woman that was with someone else. It's just not worth it. You need to leave women that are involved with men alone. Just if they want to ruin their relationship in that aspect, in that way, then you need to let them do that with someone else. Okay, you yourself, whoever's listening, you yourself should not be the one that helps her ruin her relationship. Okay, not only that, the attachment that sometimes comes from scenarios like that. Okay, I'm veering off a little bit, but just hear me out. The attachment that comes from a woman a lot of times dealing with someone outside of her relationship can just not be good for you. Okay, you probably don't want that. This lady is probably looking for someone to latch onto, and eventually, believe me, that guy is probably gonna find out, and it could be a very bad day for you when that happens. And another thing and I'll probably end with this one, but you have to, I have had clients that have spoken very highly of me to other people, and I'll have clients that refer their friends or family members, co-workers, whatever, to me, and that co-worker or family member or friend will come and say, yeah, such and such said you were one of the most respectful people she ever met, she ever worked with. You kept everything professional, and you gave her the results that she was looking for. She was very happy. And this could be years down the line. Like this client, I could have not trained them, let's say, for the last 5 years, but they just have that thought in their head, that memory about how I was with them professionally. Okay. Also, clients will come back years down the line. Okay, if you keep it cool with them, professional, at the end of the day, we're trying to make money, man. We're trying to make money. So if you keep it cool and professional with them, they stop training today. 2 years later, they may hit you up. Hey, you still training? I'm looking to get back in shape. Or I got a carnival to go to in 6 months or 6 weeks, sorry. And, I want to just shed a couple pounds. Or, I just had a baby and, I want to do this. Or I'm fresh out of a relationship and I want to get my mind right. I want to get myself back together, or whatever. Years down the line, people come back. I just had it happen to me the other day. A client that I've had off and on for many years, once again hit me up again, like, hey, are you still training? I got a job in your area. I want to start coming after work. And those are the kinds of things that make you feel good as a personal trainer, knowing that you have had that sort of impact, that person thinks about you like that. They know that you're trustworthy as far as getting them the results, but also that they can trust you just as a person to not cross boundaries. And like I said, listen, it's just not worth it in the end. We're in it for the money, not the honey. Okay, just keep that in mind, regardless of how you feel. And believe me, I understand. I have had some drop dead gorgeous clients over the years. I'm going to tell you, quick story, won't be long. I had a client, this lady, she had clearly big breast augmentation. I mean, they were huge. She had a nice body, nice, butt. I mean, if you saw her, you would be like, okay, well, she's probably working out just to maintain what she has. But she actually wanted to tone up a little. I don't want to say tone up, but you guys know what I mean. I know like personal trainers get triggered by that term, but I personally don't really get triggered by that term because I know what people mean when they say that. But I'll correct myself on that one. She wanted to lose a little bit of fat so that she could show a little bit more of the muscles in her legs. But she was fine. And she would invite, I was going to her house. She was with someone. The guy was never there, and this lady would train in a top that was like this, and the shorts were just right barely up under the butt cheeks. Cleavage like all out of control. And this lady was hella friendly, was like all sorts of, she would do all sorts of things. And, I really had to control myself. Number one, I'm going to be real. I felt like that was just her personality. I really didn't feel like she wanted me to begin with. But even if I did feel that way, I know that in my head, I knew, all right, this is not a direction that I would want this situation to go in. First of all, like I said, she has someone. I'm at this house with this person. This individual is trusting me to come to his house and train his girl. Okay, how disrespectful would that be if I was to try something, So, I definitely get it. We have beautiful women that come to us sometimes. They want to train, they want to get stronger, they want to burn some body fat, they want to build some muscle, they want to get better at sprinting, they want to they want to learn a certain technique in calisthenics, whatever it is, okay? But we have to remember that we have to keep that boundary, that we have to hold that professional standard. And we have to see ourselves as worth more than just, sacrificing the money that we could potentially make long term, okay, and the referrals that we can get, and just the reputation that we build for ourselves just for a quick self gratification. All right. I hope this was helpful. I hope you got something out of this. Please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment, leave me a comment, however you feel. If you disagree, drop it down there. If you agree, drop it down there. And until next time, I'll see you soon.